Quantum League is currently in early access, and the content in this video could change at any time. If this happens, I will update this video with an outdated tag and then post a new one hopefully. Thank you. I don't want to waste your time, so here's what the strategy is and what the video goes on to explain. Currently in Quantum League there are strats called Barrel Strat, Sua Strat, Ghosting, and it goes by many other names. It is the act of purposely killing your clone so that you can perform actions while desynced, with the hope of bringing your clone back to life in future clone iterations, thus killing your opponent without them seeing you. The first and by far the easiest way to go about killing your own clone is by using your own hands. To do this first strat, you're going to want to start by moving your first clone back and then shooting where you spawned in. By doing this, you're setting up your next clone to die in that location. After shooting your bullets, you're going to want to run to the nearest health pack and grab it, which will allow your first clone to come back to life later on. After grabbing the health pack, play the round as normal. Now onto your second clone. Once you spawn in, don't do anything. If everything goes well, your first clone should now have killed your second clone. Congrats! You are now officially dead. With this newfound death, feel free to run around and perform actions such as shooting your opponent, shooting barrels, and most importantly, getting on the point. Now onto the third and final clone. Once your third clone spawns in, immediately move and get into a position to kill your first clone. By doing this quickly, you should save your second clone from death. This means that you should now have your first clone alive, thanks to the health pack you got in your first life, and a second clone alive that your opponent couldn't see until now. And you now also have a normal third clone. The main goal of this strat is to try and get some cheap kills on your opponent with your second clone. This normally works in lower to mid-tier levels of play, since most of those players won't focus on your vulnerable second clone. However, once you get to higher levels of play, the strat starts to fail due to people focusing more on your specific clones. Another efficient way of committing the act of clone murder is to use barrels. To kill your first clone with a barrel, you are going to want to run as close as you can to the nearest barrel as possible. After doing this, you're going to want to shoot the barrel while standing next to it to cause yourself to die. As with the other strats, you should now be dead. By doing this, you can perform actions that will happen once you stop yourself from dying, such as getting on the point, shooting your enemy, or blowing up other barrels. Now with your second clone, you're going to once again want to repeat what you did with your first clone, by either running to the same barrel you killed with your first clone, or by choosing another barrel to blow up. Once again, you're going to want to perform actions that you want to happen once you're no longer desynced, such as shooting your opponent, getting on the point, or blowing up other barrels. On your third and final clone, you're going to want to quickly aim and blow up the barrels that you killed with your first and second clone before they reach them. What this means is that your first two clones should now be alive since you blew up the barrels before they reached them, and you'll once again have a third usable third clone. This gives you the advantage of having two clones that your opponent will not know the location of until after you blow up the barrels. Sadly, as with the other strat, you're more than likely not going to be able to pull this off in higher play. This is once again due to the player's awareness of the strat, which will normally cause the player you are facing to blow up the barrels before your clones can actually reach them, or just kill your clones after the fact they have been killed by the barrels. And with that, we're at the end of the video. If you want more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe since I should be putting out more informative Quantum League videos. If you want to see me play the game live, I stream on Twitch over at twitch.tv/SafeFirst. Thanks everyone.